What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Berserk Manga, this time in volume 33. Just going to recap the last couple of chapters quickly, where we had two interesting kind of perspectives, one of Griffith and him kind of bringing in quite a few trump cards during his conversation with Farnice's father, especially like this almost Mozgus-esque moment from the pontiff here with him just planking. that was quite funny, but seems to have won everyone over, of course, again, Griffith, as he usually does. And then we had this really nice segment with the party on the ship as they set sail. A lot of Azan, which was pretty cool. Seems a few of the members didn't quite realise it was him, but members like what's his name? It's been a while since I said his name. What is his name? Bloody hell. Closed eyes here. Why am I forgetting? Serpico. That's the one. Sorry about that. Yeah, Serpico did realise it was him, of course. But then we had this brilliant segment, which was probably the best segment of the last episode, with Farnice using astrally projecting herself, which was really cool. Having a little fly about. But yeah, starting out a new chapter this time. The last volume was pretty good, better than volume 31 in my opinion, but still not as good as, nowhere near as good as chapters and volumes that we've had in this arc already. So looking forward to seeing what we're going to be covering this time. Had a little look at the artwork last week, and that looked pretty nice. Have a little look at these artworks here, where we see Ganishka, it looks like. You know, I didn't expect his clouds to be dark, but I guess they are. Horrible red eyes. And some nice little gargoyles right here. And then we have the man himself, Roderick. Looking pretty sweet up there. Looking pretty cool, isn't it? I wonder if we've got any new character little pieces. I can't imagine we would, but perhaps we do. Down here, another nice little shot of Griffith, side view. Yeah, I wonder if we've got any new ones of these. Was that there? That struggle is nothing short of sublime. Is it sublime? What kind of sick person would call that sublime? I think a few of these have changed, so, or maybe it's just because I haven't read them in a while, so I might read them again quickly. The main character of the story, the Black Swordsman, he exists in the interstice, the place between the astral world and the real world. Wears the Berserker armor, and his soul is constantly torn between protecting Casca and challenging Griffith. That struggle is nothing short of sublime. Former unit commander Casca of the Band of the Hawk mentally regressed from her experience in the eclipse. She now neither speaks nor conveys any feelings, which I wouldn't say. I think we've had a fair amount of feelings conveyed by Casca. Her brand, which reacts to evil, is narrowly shielded by Flora's talisman. An elf who's long time been with Guts on his journeys just has the power to heal wounds. He's confirmed that he's a wind spirit, and he also changes into Chestnut Puck. See, I think a few of these have been updated a little bit. Perhaps. Shirka, disciple of Flora, witch of the Spirit Tree Mansion. She supports Guts and the others through her use of magic. However, among her spells are some beyond her mastery, which occasionally place her in great peril as she tries to aid her allies. She has a stilted side to her personality. Isidro dreams of being the ultimate swordsman, but his actual talent, not up to snuff, repeatedly endangers him. Nevertheless, the boy endeavours towards his dream. He is currently equipped with a fetish granted the protection of the fire elementals. I think Isidro's might be assuming they are been updated again. They might be exactly the same. Who knows? I feel like his has stayed the same. We haven't actually got much progression for Isidro recently, which is a bit of a shame. We haven't really seen him use his fire elemental sword dagger too much either, so I'm really looking forward to seeing a bit more of him as we go on. Okay, was Griffith always here? Probably. Ganishka's definitely a new addition, so I think they have updated it. Griffith, they've definitely updated the artwork on Griffith if he isn't new, because yeah, no way. That was just from last chapter. The last couple of chapters that we saw this artwork of him. Through the eclipse of the Crimson Behelit, he was born as Femto the God Hand. Later he was incarcerated in the imitation eclipse. Incarnated, sorry. He was incarcerated for a while, which obviously caused a lot of this. Well, he caused it, but that helped cause it. Later he was incarnated in the imitation eclipse catalyzed by the egg-shaped apostle, thus returning to the physical world, in which he became the Absolute, without equal. He leads the reborn band of the Hawk. Farnese, former commander of the Holy Sea's Holy Iron Chain Knights and daughter of the Van Diemen family, one of influential status and wealth in the religious sphere. She seeks to learn from Guts her own means of survival and about the reality of the world. Has hers been updated either? Not sure. I doubt it. Serpico. Oh, Roderick. I think Roderick was always here. Not always, but I think was he added earlier? I don't know actually. Serpico, attendant of Farnese and actually her brother. However, Farnese is not aware of the blood relationship. He is skilled in fighting and currently clad in a fetish granted the protection of the wind elementals. Kanishka's is very short. Roderick, a naval ship captain and third in line of the royal throne of a maritime power within the domain of the Holy See. He is a friend of Farnese's brother and has become her fiancé. He is currently taking Guts and the others to Elfhelm with his own warship. Ganishka, an apostle and emperor of the Kushan Empire, is trying to surpass the God Hand. Simple and effective for the Greek Ganishka right there. We got something else here. This is unusual. Guts, Cascafani, Serbico, Shurka, Isidro, Puck, and Ivalira have boarded the Seahorse, the Ith Navy warship captained by Roderick, and have at long last set sail for Elfhelm. Living on board as guests brings about emotional shifts and a brief time of rest for each member of the group. As they each pursue their own aims, they again become aware that they have other people on their minds. Guts' journey to this point has eaten away at his mind and body, and the Berserker armour has proven to be an additional ordeal. Even so, Guts' indomitable spirit has finally changed a faint hope into reality. Instead of achieving revenge against Griffith, Guts, though his feelings waver at times, has managed to ensure Casca's safety. The voyage to Elfhelm, however, has only just begun. Okay. We have some sea adventures, are we? Okay, so let's see what we got for the chapters today. Comprehensive intro right there. Bubbles of Futility, and then we've got Naval Battle Part 1, which we'll be covering both of those today, which is a bit of a shame that Part 1 starts at the end of today, but it is what it is. Then we've got Naval Battle Part 2 and A Howl from the Darkness, Dream of Foresight, Fog of Death, Silent Darkness, Exodus, Shiva, and The Heavens Shook. Some interesting chapter names, especially towards the end there, isn't there? These all sound like we're going to have some kind of water, kind of Ganishka perhaps stuff right here up to this point. But then we've got Exodus, Shiva, and The Heavens Shook. Those three chapters especially sound very interesting. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about these ones today, which will be Bubbles of Futility and Naval Battle Part 1. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And let's get into Bubbles of Futility. We'll take on some bubble we had a bubble monster earlier on. There's that weird kind of frog horse looking thing, which I forget the name of. That kind of blue bubbles, I think. Oh. Yeah, Guts is not looking too great, is he? Not looking too great at all. That's nasty, that is. What's going on here? I kind of imagine that might be like a weird vision on his closed eye, like his good eye is seeing that, and then his closed eye is seeing a kind of that hawk. Joking, that's a hawk. Is yeah, his closed eye might be hallucinating here or something, but I'm not sure actually. Oh, don't really know. I'm gonna assume that's what's happened here. The hawk is close to Casca. Guts. Casca. Ahoy! Airing yourself up here in the sea breeze won't do your injuries any good. Boss Guts. Just call me Guts, Captain. And you can just call me Roderick. So what are you up to? Aha. You're keeping watch. Don't think that's a hawk, is it? Like a shitty seagull. Ah, take me with you. Why don't you stick closer to her? Isn't she at risk? I mean, tell me. Just what exactly is she to you? It's a very personal question, Roderick. Not sure Guts will be willing to tell you though. Very much more likely now he would be than earlier on in the story. Very much more so. So who knows? Is she your woman? She was. She was. Wow. She's my. It's like Farney's is back. Are you alright, Farnese? Yes. Lady Farnese, why did I just suddenly... Why? I don't want to know. Maybe she didn't want to hear the answer to that question. Maybe she's got a bit of a thing for Guts. Which I would much prefer. It almost kind of seemed like her and Serpico might have been a thing. And then we found out that they're brother and sister. So I'm glad it didn't go in that direction, of course. Very glad. Much more glad that she's got a bit of a thing for Guts, but perhaps here. Maybe little Shirka does as well, a little bit. Since all the women do. Understandably so. I mean, that guy is just like a Chad of Chads, isn't he? Guts. The Chad of Chads. I got a feeling maybe Shirka realizes why that happened as well, perhaps. Hey! Now wait just a minute, miss. Ah. Yeah, it looked like she was trying to reach that bloody bird. Casca! Oh, it didn't fly away, it just flew up here. Oh. Hey, come back! I was gonna say, like, it's only gonna make her climb up further, right? Fortunately. Holding out this hand is not gonna help, I don't think. Cass. Nee. Oh dear. And she just drops. Really just sad, isn't it? Seeing what Casca's turned into still. Even now. I mean, it's been so long. I was kind of hoping we'd have something by now for the people that get annoyed by her to shut them up, and people like me who just like bit disappointment every time you see a bit of sadness just seeing her in this state compared to the character she used to be. I was hoping at some point we're gonna get something for her, but she's just this useless kind of, I wouldn't say a nothing character, but she almost is a nothing character. Her meaning and who she is not a nothing character for our characters like Guts, but as a character herself, she almost is a nothing character. But like I said, she still means a lot to a lot of the character. Well, Guts, of course, but she still means a lot. I wouldn't say that they turned her into a plot device, but she is a little bit in a way. Because she does nothing. except for with the plot and Guts. But that's a little bit harsh to say. I don't know. Again, I would hope there might be some kind of miracle. We did hear a while ago about there potentially being something that could return her. I don't know. It's so long. It's so long. I wouldn't be mad. Like I was gonna say I wouldn't be mad at people who have forgotten the old Casca. I've almost forgotten the old Casca at this point. I've spent so much time with her like this. Like, what would you say about Casca from before I started the manga? It'd be like, oh, she was strong, kind of a willful, resilient girl, great character. And what would I say now? I'd say she's a useless, mute kind of liability. Now, big difference in big difference in words, aren't there? Oh, she was gonna grab it. Well, she didn't really grab. Well, kind of looks like she's trying to grab. His wrappings come off. Maybe it's too weak right now. Oh fuck! They actually just dropped her in the water. Oh dear. Can't imagine she can swim. Wow. Okay. Look at that. That's quite funny, honestly. And then next minute, and in goes Guts. Wait, you're in no shape to... Man overboard! Heave to! Oh no. Oh no, indeed. More of Guts's wrappings getting taken off here. Maybe that's kind of symbolistic of him showing what's really underneath, what he really wants, as we kind of went over a little bit in the intro. This little description of his battle between revenge on Griffith for taking care of Casca. You know, this has happened before. Never want to see her look like that. Ow! Don't struggle. He's actually using him as a float. Okay, swift recovery. Oh. Just as I was talking about earlier, seems like they're going to remind us a little bit of what the old Casca was like. The strong Casca. Guts! Oh dear. Oh. Left arm's too heavy. Now I remember. Anytime she stands next to water, nothing good ever comes of it. I actually fell off that cliff a while ago. That was a while ago that happened, wasn't it? Bloody hell. That is true though. Casca and water just don't go together very well. The classic Casca right here. The Casca we know. And we got more. Bittersweet, painful memories of distant days. 100 men. That cave. But at the end, it's always there's the Berserker armor eye view, which probably symbolizes what we've done to her earlier on in this arc, scaring her, being feral. And then obviously the eclipse within that as well. That stemmed from the eclipse. Very nicely done here. Those kind of memories. It would be nice to see that both of these 2 pages next to each other. I think that would go really well. But this kind of fade into this into the darkness here. Very nicely done. Guts! You push yourself too hard in that shape, and of course you're going to drown. Roderick rescued you. Well, maybe now we're a little closer to even. I'm hoping he didn't use mouth to mouth. You know what? I imagine a lot of people would have been happy to see that as some fan service. Oh, look at those horrible little lips. But yeah, I can imagine a lot of people would have liked to have seen that. Casca, you mustn't make sudden movements. Fear not, she is alive and well. Barney's has given her a hot bath at the moment. Oh boo. Alright. If you all would please excuse us, Guts need his rests. Guts need his rests. Sorry. If you would all please excuse us, Guts needs his rest. Take care. I must redraw the erased talisman. If you need anything, just say the word. Are we not at land yet? Ugh. You're mummifying magnifical. Oh my god, look at him. Doesn't look like he handles boats very well. This must be the morgue. Is he in even worse shape? He looks dead, honestly. Looks like a rotten corpse. I love how Isidro and Puck are literally drawn as one right here. A brain emerging from Isidro. That is pretty hilarious. But yeah, this guy really isn't very important, is he? Barnice's brother. He was just like a means to get Roderick here, really. And he is important in a way because none of this wouldn't have been on a ship without him, in a sense. But never see too much of that guy, and I don't think anyone really cares to see much of that guy, do they? I'm sorry. Please sit up once more and face away. Sure. Look at his chest as well. Guts is so fucked. The heavy metal arm. Oh, nice little detail there on his in his skin at the end of his arm. I'm not sure. We definitely haven't seen much of that whatsoever of his arm without the metal arm on there. But perhaps we might have seen it before. I don't know. I'd forgotten. It's just a lump of iron I attached so I could beat up on my enemies. Eh? I did think that was quite symbolistic here of it being a metal arm. The arm that is built to go against Griffith, trying to reach out to the person he's trying to kind of keep safe. Again, goes with that kind of battle of against Griffith, saving Casca. Both of them kind of colliding right here. I didn't mention it. I didn't realise at the time. Well, I didn't mention it at the time, but it obviously had a bit of symbolism. There's a lot of symbolism in general in this chapter. Many of which I didn't get. It's just a lump of iron I attached so I could beat up my enemies. Eh? She slipped right through. I guess even if you force back what was lost, it still won't be the way it was. True. True. Both for your arm and for Casca. True. Okay. Pretty good chapter there. Pretty good chapter. Let's read some comments quickly before we move on to the final one for today. A lot of people liking Roderick, which is good to see. Yeah, Guts is like, his body is like made up of like 80% scars. Ababoye. Is this like Fight Club? I haven't seen Fight Club for years, to be fair. I've seen it a few times, I just haven't seen it in years. Just finished, I mentioned this a few weeks ago, I started watching Mindhunter. I just finished Mindhunter and that was brilliant. Hopefully we do get a season 3 of that because I really like that. That was a very good show. While Guts' suffering is increasing constantly every chapter, Griffith is getting an upgrade, just like Brad Pitt. Yeah. Again, it's been a while since I watched it, so. Just thinking, it sounds funny, but just thinking by the end of this story, which is Berserk, which I'm not sure will ever have an end. Not sure if there will be like a final chapter, but whether you just end up as one huge scar. It would be very. Well, I'm not sure if ironic's the word, but symbolistic again, perhaps, of him just ending up as one huge scar from that, from these past kind of experiences. It would be quite fitting, wouldn't it? If that was the kind of revenge route, but perhaps we go a route where he gets his scars and such all fixed up, and well, I don't know. They still have the scars. The scars are scars, like they're there forever. I don't know. It's just quite fitting, isn't it? Whether he becomes one huge scar, or he keeps some of his scars from this period. Again, I quite like scars. I quite like my scars and such. I hold them in some regard because they're kind of a proof of kind of being and a proof of experience, aren't they? I haven't got too many, but I've got quite a lot on my legs. I've got this huge one on my knee from when I went to Holland and went on a football trip and ended up. I always looked really old. Not really old, but I've always looked older. So when I was like 14, 15, 16, I'd always be buying alcohol for all my friends and such. And there was a bar there, and I don't know how I got away with this, but I'd buy like 6 pints for everyone every time. And we got a little drunk, We also found a joint. Just I'm not sure. The thing is, it's funny because I'm not sure it was a joint. It looked like one. It had this giant kind of what's it called? Yeah, almost like a tampon shaped kind of filter in it, and we got so messed up on that. Like just one, I think it was about that big. Like it was that big in total, but the bloody tampon thing was about that big of it. It took up half the thing. Everyone got so messed up on it. I've always smoked weed quite a bit, especially back in those days, and that even got me majorly messed up. It got everyone messed up. We actually thought it was a Jeffrey, which is like a joint with so many drugs in, like like A-class drugs and such. We actually thought like it seemed more likely it was that, just because everyone literally had like 2 puffs on it and just got majorly fucked up for hours. And we just randomly found it somewhere. It was really weird, but it was a hell of a day. But yeah, late at night on that night, I ended up like driving this kind of buggy thing and ended up crashing it. And you can see like the bone through my knee from where I like slid, and yeah, it was a nasty experience. Luckily, after all the football matches we played, I think I mentioned that earlier, but we initially went there as a football club to play football. And yeah, luckily after all the football matches, but that was nasty. I couldn't. It was really annoying because every time I bend my knee, the kind of scab would crack open, and it was about this big, the scab. So it was nasty. Fun day, really fun day. It was where we stayed was like there's loads of fairground rides and such as well, and and it was during the 2014 World Cup, because I remember in that same bar we watched Germany beat Brazil 7-1, which was a hell of a time. But yeah, enough of that tangent. Let's get into the final chapter for today, which is called the Naval Battle. But yeah, that scar looks ugly, but again, I like it. I like it in a way. I've got quite a few on my legs, honestly. I don't really have any anywhere else. I think I've maybe got one on my face, it's weird because I never notice it, but every time I have a shave, I notice this weird like line on like the bottom of my chin, where I think I've got a scar. I think I've maybe got one on my top of my nose, but really like unnoticeable, an unnoticeable one. I've got a burn on my arm, on my hand here. Again, pretty unnoticeable, especially when I have like a tan. But that was from when I was about 10 or 11 in food class, where we had to like cook pizzas, and my hand like stuck to the oven and it burned it. Burnt my hand. But that's pretty much it for me, honestly. Don't really have any other scars. I like the story behind them. You always remember the story behind them. But yeah, let's continue with the resealing of Guts and Casca's talisman. Pain. It transmits to me as I'm doing this. Do you know what? I like the glasses look. I like the glasses look for Shurka. I'm not sure how they're balancing like that, but I like it. Maybe that's a result of our ethereal bodies overlapping. Apologies, guys. That's interesting. So his pain. That is a real big shame for Shurka. Out of everyone's pain, you get Guts' pain transmitting to you, which is a lot of pain. Must feel like you know him a lot better, though. Maybe it's a result of our ethereal. How did you say it again? I think it was ethereal, wasn't it? Of our ethereal bodies overlapping. His large back. The burns make it feel hot. Like sizzling. Yeah, it just looks terrible, doesn't it? All these like crusty bits. Like, yeah. You can imagine if you just stroke the back, you just have like a load of skin on your hand. What it looks like would happen. Horrible to think about. I clung to this, albeit ethereally. Ethereally. Again, I like this glasses look. Are you done? Oh, yes, almost. That's my own seal. Fidget, fidget. There goes the love sensor. Oh dear. I will go prepare new medicine and bandages. So you just keep resting, please. Thanks for all the help. I almost didn't notice that. Trapper in the hat. Good job, Shaka, good job. Tell me, what is she to you? Is she your woman? Shirka? She's my... Yeah, it looks like that did affect Shirka a bit as well. That's fine, because we have something already. Something that belongs just to us. So... Oh, that was really cute, guys. You do. Very much do. That's really cute. A little child's silly dream of a relationship with an adult. I know this happens a lot with women, or more accurately girls. When I was in school, a lot of girls would always much prefer the older guys. And I think that's just a thing in general of young girls, especially kind of idolizing. You see it a lot, don't you? Like Zac Efron's a big one. Like boys like that, kind of early 20-year-olds and like but maybe even before teenage girls, like 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old girls. Big fans like the Twilight books and such. Really like that kind of older guy, don't they? So this is, yeah, it's just like a bit of a silly teenage girl dream right here, in a way. And it's funny that's a silly teenage girl dream because they're in the effing real world. But this is a whole lot cuter than that. Don't get me wrong. But it's slightly similar. Really cute panel here, though. Ah, yeah. I'm sorry. It seems like they've actually got pretty good at detecting on my videos a lot of the censor stuff, because I haven't censored in a while, but last chapters when we saw a little bit of Casca, it did actually demonetize the video, which again I'm not too mad about. I don't really make anything off these Berserk videos. Just do them for because I like Berserk. But so yeah, not mad at that whatsoever. But they actually detect it now. Earlier on when I was reacting to the series, they didn't detect it whatsoever. I could upload one with loads of nudity and such, and it would be absolutely fine for adverts and everything. It's like they didn't even check it, but now they seem to check it very quickly. So I guess that's maybe a good thing. They're actually looking at my channel, hopefully. I'm sorry. Bow. Does it sting? I'll hurry and wash it out. Looks like she's got a bit of shampoo in her eyes or something. And then chuck some at Farley's. Why? Why must you be that way? So Farley's is getting fed up of it as well. Sorry guys, this is like I'm about to sneeze, but I think I'm okay. Why must you be that way? You nearly died. Don't you realise? He's been hurt again and again for your sake. He's been covered in wounds. And yet you don't understand a thing. And still, no fair. Yeah, as saw earlier, as mentioned, Farnese is a bit affected by this as well. You know, pissed off at Casca being so dumb. Just can't appreciate Guts. Ah. Oh, yeah, it looks like we're going to do some censoring, whatever then. There's no text in this as well, so I could have skipped this perhaps, but... Okay, it looks like she's going to wash herself. Or what's she doing here? Okay. So she might actually be washing herself now? It isn't fair. Have a look, Captain. Armored merchant? Armored merchantmen? Oh. They're flying. Flags of flags of our own Idith. Sorry. Oh wait, sorry. Until a bit ago, their nationality was unclear, but upon noticing us, they changed course and suddenly raised those flags. There's been no response to the signal we sent. That's suspect, isn't it? You don't say. All hands, battle stations! Get the cannons out. What are you doing right here? Cooking up a madness. Jerker. Fishing. What is putt catching here, honestly? What is putt catching now? Okay. Wow, that looks cool. That looks really cool. I love stuff like that. Do you reckon it's an actual skull captain? Long lost cousin of Skull Knight. One's got like a cockroach. Not sure what's in this one. It just looks like a bit of a crappy shell. This one's definitely the worst. But I love the design of these ships. They're always really well done, aren't they? Captain? You scallywag! Is this the guy that we fought earlier on? Yeah, I think it is. He's got the same bloody crutch. I think this is the pirate we fought earlier on in this arc. What in the hell were you looking at? She's a warship. I'm sorry. I'd never seen her like before. We tried turning over a new leaf and starting some honest business, and our cargo of brats runs off. So, being forced to turn back to this trade, our first prey turns out to be this. We really are luckless. But Captain, we have 3 ships. A warship's captain and officers are nobles, I'd wager. If we take them hostage and demand a fortune in ransom... Ugh. Boss? Call me boss, man. pain in my arse, you lot. Yep, so he is back. The skeleton looking. So yeah, I guess that makes sense why that's his kind of. Would you call it an ornament? I don't really know. That kind of figure on the front of his ship suits him quite well. We are 3 ships, though. We could get a ransom for the captain and his officers. He's so mean. Right. Hoist the skull and crossbones. We're back in business, me hearties. Kind of looks like Shakespeare. Is that what Shakespeare looked like? Probably getting that horribly mixed up. Never been a big fan of Shakespeare. No, he doesn't. Looks nothing like Shakespeare. Who am I thinking of? Maybe it's Jesus. I don't. A mix of Jesus. He also looks a bit like James Blunt mixed with Jesus, mixed with Shakespeare, I guess. Put that into like something with AI. Mix those three characters up, and you might get something that looks like this guy, perhaps. Okay, interesting. They've changed flags. It's pirate colours. I love how he's even got his little thing on his flag. I know. Roderick, what in the world? Pirates? Sirs, there is no time. We're preparing for battle. You guessed it. That would be dangerous, so take the women and wounded and hide in the hold, would you? Oh, let us help too. Now don't be like that. I was constantly in your debt on land, so at least leave the sea to me. Okay, Roderick, okay. Yeah, but make with the mayhem. Isidro, let us leave this to the experts. Our being here would just be a hindrance to everyone. Well said, outsider. You're one to talk. Yeah, what are you going to do, Azam? Then at least let me watch. I swear I won't get in the way. Fine, but it's on your head if you get killed. Let me borrow that. That far-looking thing. 4 of you. Go with our guests. Transport the wounded into the hold. Windmaster. Take care of Farnese. Windmaster. Pretty cool name. Pretty cool name. The name is Serpico. Honestly, I would have said that. I'd just be referred to as Windmaster. Although that also sounds like you're the master of farting in a way, so maybe not. Maybe not. Target the rightmost pirate ship. Here we go. Sea battle. Fire! We've got him. Once we're in range, let fly all guns and stay on approach. Oh damn, that ship got fucked. The cockroach ship. I think got little cockroach little windows, I guess. I don't know. Yar! The sea louse. Oh, so wood louse. Oh, okay, that makes a bit more sense actually. I quite like wood louse. Actually, alright. I don't think I've ever actually seen a cockroach in real life. Luckily, let's hope that continues to get cockroaches in my home. But I really hate what you see with a little wood lice. They're usually like accompanied by some earwigs, and I fucking hate earwigs. I remember once in my nan's shed, I got bit by an earwig, and I've hated them ever since. Kill them on sight. Horrible little fuckers. But wood louse are actually alright. Quite like wood louse. Yar? The sea louse? Those dogs are what range? Those dogs, what range do they have on those cannons? It's near twice ours. You just got to keep the distance. Get everyone working hard. Or getting their eardrums burst. But boss man, look how inbred this guy looks here. Fucking hell. They ain't just range, they're hardly missing at this distance. That's some accurate shooting. And they fired a second volley in no time at all. What skills! Damn them all. Is that a seahorse figurehead? It couldn't be. An Ith warship with a seahorse figurehead? I've heard of that. They say one ship single-handedly defeated 5 Tudor warships. That's right. Okay, okay. So we are very skilled over here, Roderick. Okay. Awesome. It's Roderick, the sailing prince of the Ith. It's Roderick's seahorse. And that is where we're finishing off. Again, another nice little artwork here. I think we've seen this one before. Or one similar to this at the very least. Damn, Roderick, man. Getting even better. He's getting even better, this guy, isn't he? We're getting a really cool shot right here. Badass shot of Roderick right there as well. Okay. I really did misjudge this guy when we first met him, didn't I? I've actually come to like him quite a lot. Yeah, pretty cool little chapter there, wasn't it? Fighting with this guy who's probably going to be taken down quite quickly from the looks of things. But let's read some comments before we move on for today. Someone here saying, Casca was a fighter for years and she saw horrible things in battle. She had a horrible childhood. It makes no sense for her to stay like this for long. I agree to an extent. I mentioned this earlier. Everyone wants to see Casca back, don't they? But does it not make sense for her to stay like this for long? I don't agree with that. I think it probably makes perfect sense for that to be the case, but it's just something we don't like, unfortunately. Yeah, looks like a lot. Roderick seems to be a bit of a very much liked character. Yeah, this guy said it's got the exact same opinion when he first popped up. Negative vibes, but I'm glad that ended up being wrong. Roderick's been pretty fucking badass. Yeah, this is a good point as well. It is actually quite amazing just how fucked up Guts is after using the armor for quite a short amount of time. Just makes you think about the future, doesn't it, with Guts and the armor? How do you get an infinite amount of likes on this? A lot of people talk about One Piece, of course, inevitably. Ooh, nice to see some Farney's appreciation right here. Farney's one of the best characters of Berserk. I think that's the first time I've ever read that. But definitely one of my favourites right now. Yeah, not too much else in the comment section here, it doesn't look like, does it? Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Do let me know what you guys thought about these chapters down in the comment section. Really good couple chapters today, weren't they? Again, funny enough, there's almost more sea battles in this than there is in One Piece, honestly. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how the naval battle does end next episode. I do imagine it will end quite swiftly from the way it's going. And then we've got a Howl of Darkness as well. So a couple of interesting ones. Again, do let me know what you guys thought about these chapters down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I'll be back next, well, probably tomorrow, I think, for you guys with those 2 chapters. So I'll see you guys then, and enjoy the rest of your day.